Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leela and this is my beautiful cat Selenite, and I love to read queer, trans, and feminist literature, and I read 300 books in 2024. I remember a few years ago I saw someone say that they read 300 books in a year by listening to audiobooks on 2x speed, and I was like, that's crazy. I want to enjoy my life. I would never do that. But then I started doing that and I started winning at my reading goal race with people who did not even know that we were in competition, and it felt so good. So here are my 5 tips for how to read more and achieve your reading goals. So the first tip is to experience material suffering and a desire or need to escape reality. Being broke or underemployed certainly helps, and that shouldn't be too hard to achieve in this economy. Really, the main thing about this tip is just to resist the trauma of capitalism and escape reality by engaging in other worlds through literature. And that leads us right into the second tip, which is to develop an addiction to your reading goal. So for context, in 2022, I moved to New York to go to grad school and get my MFA in creative writing from the New School. I was feeling lost and alone, and I was really clinging to books and literature for my salvation. And I took a class with literary icon Shelley Jackson, and she assigned a book a week. And each of the books that she assigned were very challenging to me, so I got in the habit of finishing a challenging book and then rewarding myself with a book that I enjoyed. And so that is how I kind of built momentum and became obsessed with reaching an insane reading goal. So then in 2023, I read 250 books, and I was like, what if I hit 300 in 2024? And I didn't really tell anyone. I just engaged in this and I did it. So this tip is really about being addicted to your reading goal tracker. Like, live for the dopamine hit of logging a book every time you finish one, and just constantly be reading. Always carry a book. Always have an audiobook on rotation. Use every 5-minute opportunity, even 1-minute opportunity to read. Fill every spare moment with reading. Waiting time equals reading time. The key here is really just to never be alone with your thoughts. Just read and put your audiobooks on 2x speed. The third tip is to go to the library. Make it a habit to visit your local library and browse the shelves. Libraries are such a great place to read or get work done or hang out, and they are really one of the few spaces in our society that do not require you to spend money to be there. I feel that the library is the best thing in the world. I am so grateful for the library. It has always been my safe space. If I had $1 million, I would donate it to the public library. So with this, I encourage you to really just take advantage of all of the amazing free library resources available to you. Like, place holds on the books that you want to read and go pick them up at your local branch with your name on them, like a library princess. And especially use the Libby app. I've said it before and I will say it again, Libby is my reason for living. This is an app that allows you to borrow audiobooks and ebooks through your local library system. And here are a few hacks while we're here. If you live in New York, you can get a New York Public Library card, a Brooklyn Public Library card, and a Queens Public Library card. I also have my Montreal Library card on there, and I would also like to mention that you can register for a Boston Public Library e-card by entering any Massachusetts address. And by the way, the Salem Witch House is located at 310 Essex Street, Salem, Massachusetts 01970. And you can customize your e-cards to look pink or whatever your favorite color is. Okay, the fourth tip is to go to the bookstore. If an audiobook is not available on Libby, you can use Libro FM to buy audiobooks through your local independent bookstore. With this monthly service, you get 1 audiobook credit per month and you can buy more. I have my account linked to Le Gallion Feminist Bookstore in Montreal, and I love that. You can also buy physical books online from your local independent bookstore through bookshop.org. I have my account there linked to Hivemind, which is a queer and trans bookstore here in Brooklyn. You can also usually ask your local bookseller to order a book into the store for you, and that way you don't have to pay for shipping. So for this tip, just make it a part of your routine to to visit your local independent bookstores and browse the shelves and displays and get those personal recommendations from booksellers you connect with who are recommending from the heart. I'd also recommend making it a part of your routine to visit your local little free libraries, or to set one up if you don't have one, and to participate in the gift economy of taking and leaving books. I love the LFL. I am obsessed, and I personally go on a little LFL tour basically every day. It is my joy in life. My fifth and final tip for you today is to be inspired. So some ideas for that are to watch BookTube to get into the reading mood. A few of my favorite booktubers are Katie is Reading, Quirine Brower, and Asani Booknook. Fill your social media feeds and Pinterest boards with bookish content. Another way to stay engaged and inspired with your reading is to keep a reading journal. I have a few here. As you can see, I actually went a little crazy last year and knit these matching sweaters for all of them, so now they're cozy. This was my first one. Thank you so much to Allie, my girlfriend, for buying her for me. She's a little fuzzy bunny. And at first I was just kind of writing responses, and then I got this bigger Kuromi one where I continued that style of mostly handwriting responses. And now I'm working in this little baby Kuromi one where I'm doing more spreads, which is really fun. There's another one. More ways to be inspired are to join a book club, whether that's online or in person, or even to start one with your friends, to go to book events online or in your area or organize one, listen to bookish podcasts and author interviews, and ultimately just to read what you want when you want. I really believe in not forcing yourself to read anything, and that the right books reveal themselves to us at the right times in our lives. If we're open to that, this is your life. Enjoy it. And finally, remember that if we can imagine other worlds in literature, we can create a better one in reality. And those are my 5 tips to read more and achieve your reading goals. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your reading goal for this year is and how it's going. Mine was to read less and spend more time on social media. I mean, focus on quality over quantity and participate more in literary community, and it's going well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.